Hey guys, Coach Life back again. I've let the game just run on a few cycles just to get a bit more digging done. It was it's a bit boring for you, but obviously I want to update you on where we're going with this. I've blocked up the tile here so that no more water runs down there. I've drained most of that out of there, and I'll go in and finish mopping up soon just to clean that up. And all the water's come down here. Now, obviously I'm going to let the water drain down here to become a water source for the electrolyzer. However, I thought I'd check it over, and it's full of slime lung. Now, the polluted water doesn't matter because that will just get turned into food poisoning oxygen, and that doesn't do any harm. But if I pump that into an electrolyzer and then pump it around the base, yeah, that's not going to be pretty. So what I'm going to do, and I've used this on a previous base before, is I'm going to pump this liquid through these chlorine tanks, and as long as I can keep a constant flow, there will be a constant flow out, and that will give me clean, germ-free water that I can pump straight into the self-powered electrolyzer. But of course I do need to clean up all this area as well, so there's going to be a lot of deodorizing and so on and so forth just to get this place cleaned up. Carry on digging this out. I've exposed one anti-entropy thermonullifier, and the second one is going to be exposed soon. So we'll have the self-powered oxygen maker probably about here. I'm going to dig all this out, let all the rest of the water flow down, and I'm just going to gradually fill this up. I just want to keep it to about this level, so that will give us a dirty water supply. What I can do as well is I can pump some more water back into a clean water storage tank once it's gone through all the chlorine. So probably have an overflow just to take some of the clean water out and put it somewhere else. Not here, obviously, because I've got my mushroom farm there now. But yeah, we'll use it somewhere. I'm going to obviously the slime lung here isn't going to be an issue because that will just get burned in the gas range. So yeah, that's not going to be a problem. Got plenty of floral scent up here, so yeah, that really won't be an issue. So yeah, let's get on with it then. Hope you're having a good weekend. I've been up a lot of the night coughing my guts up, so that was nice. But I still don't feel like this is the virus as such, because I just don't seem to be displaying any of the other symptoms. I did wake up this morning with very red blotchy legs. I don't know what that's all about, and they were itching to hell, but they seem to be all right now. So yeah, it's really weird what's going on at the moment. I'm sure there's a large dose of paranoia on my part, but I hope you're all keeping safe. Hopefully we'll beat this bug. Well, we will beat it. It's just a question of how many of us are left at the end of it. Lots of ultramite in there. So some of this obviously polluted ice is going to melt and leave lots of polluted water. So it's important you have lots of deodorizers around here as it melts, just to stop the polluted oxygen contaminating any grains that are left behind. Food-wise, we're okay. 103, that's the most we've ever had, I think. It's mostly fried mushroom. I've got a bit of mush fried meal ice left over. Some nutrient bars, which just came through on one of the printing pods. I just took them just as a reserve. I think it was fairly pointless, to be honest. They'll probably end up just sitting there till the end of the game now. I think food-wise, we're fairly secure at the moment. So I'm continuing, obviously, my exploration up here. This ice biome seems to extend further up here. There's like a little tiny gap there, so I'm probably going to go up there and just explore what's going on up there. Maybe find some more sleet wheat. I've planned out where I'm going to brick this up, and obviously I'll go in there and start harvesting the natural gas relatively soon. May stack another door compressor on there just to take natural gas, because we're going to be getting quite a lot out of here. I think probably the pipe's already backed up, isn't it? Yeah, that's backed up completely. So the trouble is, if it's backed up and it's overpressure in here, then it doesn't put out any more. So you're better off just doing something with it so that you can increase its production. I don't think I've researched that yet. Let's give it a bit of research, find out what the output is. So this water's going to back up a bit. I'm probably going to break this wall, let it all down here in a minute. Yeah, that's for the slime lung as well, as I expected. A bit of slime lung there. Might be worth putting a buddy bud down here. I think I might have some left. Let's have a little look. Buddy buds at 9. Blimey, I must have dug a few out in there. Right, so I think the easiest way of doing this, so it doesn't get flooded all the time. Put that down. It's on priority 9. And we'll dig those out to help with the water flow down. Get rid of that slime lung on those as ladders. I don't think I've got any... oh my word, yes. We really need to do some disinfection on that, on the slime lung. And we probably need to put... a basin in as well. So we can do that. Right, if I just put some tiles across there. And... do I want a plumbed basin? You know, it's a bit more aggravation putting a couple of plumbed ones, but I think they're better. So, we will. Of course, we do need to think about the routing. I'm thinking... so water supply is on that one. Water return is on that one. That's fairly easily expandable if two can't cope with it. But I mean, we're obviously longer term we're going to remove all of this little lot. It's just there temporarily while we've got all that in. I mean, we're probably going to remove all this lot as well. So we're okay for basins where they're dropping the slime off at the mushrooms. But not when they're bringing it in. What do we have in the... oh, what in there? Yeah, nothing. Just going to take the steel. It's just... nothing really of interest there. Right, more deodorizers. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we just really need to get this polluted oxygen under control. That one's okay. Oh, look! A little shovel. Let's leave him wandering around. Oh, that's probably the same one that I tried to capture before, isn't it? Now, how much obsidian have we got now? 4,400 kilos. I said obsidian, I could actually just build a natural a natural pit for them out of abyssalite, to be honest. Yeah, do you know what? I think I'm going to. I think that would be quite cool. I have a blueprint for a shovel farm. Don't think I do. What was that one? Yes, I do have a blueprint for it. So, where do we put it? I'm not actually going to do anything with this at the moment, but right, okay, so we just cancel everything around the edges. And then we'll just go natural tile, abyssalite. There is something here. It's a little bit cheaty, I suppose, building tiles out of abyssalite, but they're only 50 kilo tiles, so you can't use them to contain anything because they just break almost immediately. But they're quite useful for things like the shovel farm. I'm not going to use them as insulation. That would definitely be cheaty. But just making a little shovel farm, I think that's okay. I could use the obsidian, but I think it's going to look kind of cool with the abyssalite border, to be honest. I can't build half of these things, so it's not going to get built for a while, or completed for a while. Just going to let it sit there, really. Right, what have we got? We've got 3.638 tons of copper. I could really do just running a metal refinery to stop using this rock crusher to create metal. You lose so much. Right, spam those deodorizers. I'm just going to put all the deodorizers on priority 9 because we need them to clean this air up. It's going to be it's going to take a while, so looking a little bit light on oxygen there. Oh my word, we are looking light on oxygen. I think it's time to fire up the algae terrariums again. Although, got an awful lot of oxygen in there, haven't I? Well, it would be a shame not to actually utilise it. Oh. That's because I'm a dumbass. When I ran this gas pipe, I didn't reconnect the oxygen. Oh my word, what a... used to me making dumbass mistakes like this. So yeah, we've got 300 kilos stored up in there. God knows how much in here. It's going to stop that storing any more at the moment, although because it's hit the carbon dioxide as well. I wonder if we've got any carbon dioxide in there. No, see, the oxygen pressure is so high that we've got 300 kilos per tile. That's not quite right, I'm sure. It was up above that earlier on. It's like something's leaked out. Anyway, let's get this oxygen sorted. So I could just let this in, but some of it's full of slime lungs, so I don't want to. Come on. So it's when you go, look at that, you go, you don't pay any heed. All my pack here in that tiny little space, they're going to be grumpy. Don't worry, chaps, I'll move you eventually. Probably stick you all in here, because this is going to be a huge tank eventually. Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Oh, that's it. We're really sorted. We've got a cool steam vent and a salt water geyser now. Result. That, between the two of them, will be enough, I'm guessing. So we'll analyse that. We'll set that to analyse. And that... Ooh, that heat's going to leak through there. I did schedule some abyssalite tiles there. I'm going to put insulated tiles in there. Now that I know there's a constant heat source and I'm not just rebuilding a break. Right. Double layer that. Oh, that's why they can't go in there. I haven't submitted a bioscan. Oh. Right, we'll cancel that layer for now. Take the ladder up. Dig those two. Corner build that one. Right, I've got my automation, how this works. That opens up on there. So I'm just going to get that little snip. And that should allow the oxygen to flow. What do we need to get it out of here? Oh, I can't even... This is what happens when you make something that's a bit of a nightmare. Plumbing, so it's going to there, into there. And then if this backs up, it should go to there. So we just need those to be completely full and then it will start overflowing. Yeah. Got plenty up in the old Gravitas building. So I might just block that off for the time being because we're not doing anything up there at the moment. Although, no, that's going to lose us that steel. Screw it, let's just let it happen. Right, let's take the air out of our backup supply. That's what it's there for. I want to make sure this just goes to ventilating the base. That can all go to priority 8 so that they do this first. Come on, give us some fuel. Look at all that clay. Tons and tons and tons of clay. Ridiculous amount. 290.9 tons of clay. Now that is how you make clay. Don't ever tell me on a map that you can't make clay if you've got algae. Now I've discovered, you know, you get all this polluted dirt here when lettuce rots down. If you leave the poker shells in there, they eat it, which is really useful because it stops. Once this gets in here, it starts producing loads of polluted oxygen, and it's a real pain. I'm going to sweep this up because obviously we've got no poker shell there. He's down here somewhere. But yeah, well, I could wrangle him back up there, couldn't I? I'd need a door though, and a crit drop off. So yeah, if you've got lettuce growing, just have a poker shell in the same. Like if you make a natural farmer lettuce or something, and then you just stick a poker shell, or one poker shell in each layer, and that'll just if they don't use it and it rots down, poker shells just eat it. Don't need to tame them, don't need to do anything else, just leave the poker shells there to just eat any rotten crops. I suppose that would work with any natural farm where you've got problems with it rotting down. Right, how are we doing? Are we getting that oxygen out? Yes, we are. This is why I never vent gases into, or I rarely vent gases into space. The door compressor just saves it up and you can use it again in the future. You can't do that if you vent it out into space. So yeah, it's definitely more productive or safer to put it in a door compressor than just vent it out to space. Oh, that's another point. I was going to put some, and I'm definitely going to still do that now because they're not doing anything at the moment. Oh, we're out of plastic. Who's that? I think we only had 100 kilos, so we should just get those two done, which is fine. That's starting to improve somewhat, isn't it? So I lost count of the number of times I put a vent where I'm going to put my fire pole. I just don't learn, do I? But anyway, I'm going to change that now anyway. And do the same there. Just going to tidy that lot up. What's got no storage space? Curative tablet. That's fine. Right, so I'm going to cancel the power wires because we're not going to have that. Cancel the automation. I only really want to cancel the wires, don't I? I'll just cancel it all. It's fine. I'm going to use that new combination cycle sensor. That needs to be cancelled anyway. Iron, lead. It's because we're never going to have... Well, we're not going to have that for a very long time, I'm anticipating, because, well, we've got a choice of going through red hot steam, white hot obsidian, and we still haven't investigated this side to see where this goes, but yeah, it's going to be... Oh my word, there's more space over here. Possible space for another rocket chimney? I don't know. This one, yeah, we'd have to take out completely that biome there. And there's no abyssalite there, so maybe... Certainly got plenty of obsidian to make things like rocket chimneys. Right, shovel, lots of iron. How much is in 7.4k? So there's not masses there, but it certainly would be useful. I mean, we've only got 90 kilos of lime, so it's not like we're gonna be able to make tons of steel anytime soon. Have I got that set to turn eggshell into... Yeah, I have. It's just a low priority. Let's tweak the priority up on that. It's got 5 kilos of eggshell sitting in there. How many eggshells have I got? 65 kilos. Yeah. That's not a lot of lime, but it's a lot of eggshell. Right, let's just do some low priority digging. Just drop the water level down on that waterweed. We've got polluted oxygen in there, so we'll add a deodorizer. Right, they're growing again. But it hasn't got enough water now, wouldn't you know it? Right, let's we got bleach stone. Now, I haven't got anywhere to put that at the moment, but I can soon make somewhere. drop it off in there, couldn't I? Don't need that anymore, do we? Fossil. Right, here's the plan. I'm going to raise that up, drop that water down, let that grow, dig out a bit of the fossil. Oh, look at that. Buried object and waterweed growing on it. Yep, this is going to be all back up to normal soon. We've still got 140 kilos per tile, 100 kilos per tile, yeah. So we'll be alright with the combination of this and the stored. We'll be fine. Although, we won't be if my dupes don't keep this coal bin full. Why's it got no power? We've got too much on there. Yeah, we have. That's what it is. So how much have we got on this one being drawn? 550. Yeah, they're both stressed now. We need to... well, this one's not doing anything, is it? Let's do that. And... that. That's better. We'll only fire that up in an emergency now. I think we've got more than enough scope to take another dupe, but it's just a question. Allergies is a definite no-no on this level. Machinery, excavation, strength, caregiver, anemic, yeah, wow, absolute junk. It's got to be bad if I don't even take the slickster, isn't it? Right. Now we have carbon dioxide issues again, but yeah, that's all right temperature-wise. So got some carbon dioxide over here, might as well use it. Right. That's all nice and stable. Oh, missed some deodorizers there. Anywhere else missing any? That one's okay, yeah. Might be able to get away with one there. That shovel, look, he's... so we need to add a door. Pneumatic door. And shovels can't get through a pneumatic door whether it's made of refined metal or not, so yeah. Some buried objects there. That's probably the ladder that I built over. Right, so we're going to make that critter drop off point for shovel, roll pups, and that will be priority 9 at a minimum. Now we need to sweep everything out in here, because until we've got robo miners we don't want them vomiting. Right, automation, gas element sensor, automation wire. So I'm just going to set that so it just fires up while there's carbon dioxide above this level. Let's get those deodorizers on max priority. Sorry about that. At least I made it to the mute button this time. Another deodorizer needed there. That one's not doing anything. Any skill points we can allocate yet? RE. More strength. Nisbet. More strength. Meep. Yay. Exosuit at last for you, buddy. And Frankie. And looking quite good on morale now. Which is good. We might get a bit of sparkle streaking going on, which will definitely help with our ridiculously long commutes at the moment. I want to get into here. I want to go further down. I want to see what's going on. Should we go and take a peek? Oh, trouble is we're going to... How best to get in there without releasing all the steam? I haven't got anything I can use as a liquid lock that won't turn to steam at the moment. Okay, discretion the better part of valor on this occasion. Right, I'm going to get fast forward this till we've got rid of all this polluted oxygen, and then I'm going to... Ooh, we have a leak into space. That I need to deal with. Oh, I've added another mod. I'm probably not going to use it on this one, but because I'm using it on another level I'm playing, it's just shown up in here. Some interesting new buildings. We've got reverse cycle, thermoregulator and aqua tuners. What else have we got that's new? I'm not going to, as like I say, this isn't for this level. This is for other levels. Nothing on there that I'm playing. Just trying out some different mods. Might use them on future, modded playthroughs or heavily modded playthroughs. No, I think that's it for now. Maybe I haven't researched them yet, but I'm sure there were some other ones. No. I was watching JD Plays playthroughs, and I just had a look at his mod list, and some of them looked a bit interesting, so I thought I'd just have a little tinker with them in some other maps. Right, deconstruct that lot. Right, that'll stop us losing all our oxygen into space. So anyway, I'm going to fast forward. So just a quick update on where we are right now. I've started putting in the infrastructure for the self-powered oxygen maker. Now, one thing I've learned the hard way with water sieves and desalinators is sometimes they just don't get emptied and filled. So I've made sure that I've backed up the power. So I forgot what it is, redundant sieving and desalinating there, just to make sure it doesn't go down. Right, I've run heavy watt wire up here, and I'll show you why. Because what I've got is I've got a let's get it started power supply here. This is all temporary stuff, so this is just going to be to fire up the initial part of the self-powered oxygen maker. Now these are now becoming empty, so they'll no longer work as a backup. I've fired up the algae terrariums again just to give us a bit more oxygen. We're a little light on oxygen now. The irony. Although once this is out of slime lung, I'm just going to let that all into the base. I'm deconstructing everything here, ready for the self-powered oxygen maker. I'm going to use my standard trick to get myself rid of the ladders. But to do that, obviously, I need to build the missing segments and join them up, actually. Yeah, nearly forgot that. So that will be my area where I'm going to build the Rodriguez. We've got plenty of food at the moment. They're pulling in. Morale is fairly decent. It's up and down, depending on what meal they have. In here I am making mushroom wraps and frost burgers, and I'll probably just put some surf and turf in for the fish that die off. We're going to need to fill this or move them fairly shortly, because otherwise they're going to die, and probably going to go down here. I just want to get all this junk out of here, then I'm going to seal the bottom up and then forget about it. All of the oxygen has gone now, so yeah, this is going to be storage for oxygen we do not need, and probably hydrogen we do not need. Although I will go in there and just replace all this with conductive wire now. Yeah, I think I've got materials for it, so I'll blueprint that in now. And then we can just run all of that on one 2 kilowatt wire. Blimey, I did that quick. Let's get rid of those, please. We've got another blueprint. No. 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 Shovel farm is kind of built, but look at old matey up here. He's got himself stuck. So he's just made himself a little shovel farm because he's stuck on that block. What a shame for him, eh? And that's the only navigation he's got now. What a shame. So as long as he drops an egg on top every time, that's him now there, just constantly producing meat and dying. I'll just leave him there. That's his punishment for invading my base. Right, so let's just see how much room I need for my Rodriguez. Right, we have got gold, so I don't want that blueprint. Oh, but I've deleted the blueprint of the other one, haven't I? I have as well. I'm just going to have to build it by hand, aren't I? Oh, there's a space Rodriguez. That'll probably be okay. I can just delete the bottom section. Now, I'm going to do something slightly different this time. And that is, I'm going to build water locks on the doors in. And the reason for that is, you invariably always have to go in. So, if I build water locks on the entrance, then I just won't need to worry about it anymore. They can go in and they won't actually end up destroying all the gases inside there. So what we will do is I'm going to place it there, and then I'm going to modify it. So I'm going to deconstruct ladder-wise that lot there, and I'm going to, so we'll let them deal with that first. Right, so I haven't got aluminium ore. I don't want this bottom section actually, so we'll cancel, because that's the door compressors, so we don't want that. And I'll probably make all those insulated tiles out of buildings. Going to make them out of something that we've got plenty of. Don't want that door. What conductive wire is iron? I could get that from space. Oh, there's conductive wire aluminium. Oh, I might as well just, you know what? I might as well just build it from scratch. So let's deconstruct that amount of ladder. That would be plenty of room. Oh, I've built so many of these Rodriguez now, I probably don't really need the blueprint anyway. It's just sometimes faster to use it. Yeah, why are you pumping carbon dioxide? How do you got... Right, I don't want you doing that. Oh, they've gone in there, let carbon dioxide in, and now the compressor's pumping it out. See, one of the things, and this is what gets you on it, is the little mistakes you make in your planning that come back and bite you in the butt. Yeah, you'll change one thing and it will impact on everything else. Breathable. A little bit of slime lung in here still. You know what? I'm going to let it in. Yeah, they're not space exposure, so that's all right. If I do priority 9, yeah, it is priority 9. That should let all this oxygen in that's not, there's a little bit up there. We might have a little bit of pain, but you know what? You can't worry about it. Apothecary, medical packs. We've got a few balm lily flowers floating around that we can make use of as soon as we finish this. So I've started blueprinting in the rest of the pipes to go through here. We've got our power there. I need to run a heavy watt conductive wire down to those. So I will need to change some of the wiring here. And I'm just going to deconstruct it for now. Power, There we go. Long term, this heavy watt conductive will be connected to the self-powered oxygen maker, so that'll be our sort of power spine for a bit. Right, what are we doing here? That's going to filter in slowly, which should be nice. And we're going to put some mesh tiles. No, that has to, they have to be the same all the way down. So we'll put them right at the end. Two, and probably the same on the other side. Put them more near the bases where they're more important. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Sorry about Millwood, we're going to lose you. And you, but you're not so important now. Right, so that's cool. And this is still running. Fantastic. What are we doing temperature-wise? Yeah, I mean, that's not too bad. So we've got kilns right in the middle there. And generators, that's keeping that all nice and cool. I'm pleased with that. Okay, Rodriguez. So building a Rodriguez. Easiest way to start is with your first row of gas pumps. So we're going to make them out of gold amalgam. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So then you put in your floor. After that, you want some mesh tiles above these. 3 long. No, 4 long, isn't it? Then you want your electrolyzers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've made that big enough for me water locks, which is good. We're down to oxygen. Electrolyzer. No, don't want them. You want them made out of gold amalgam as well. So oxygen, electrolyzer, gold amalgam. Automation, you want some Atmos sensors there and there. To make it easy to build, I'm going to use mechanised airlocks this time, and the reason I'm going to use mechanised airlocks is because you can just run a power wire through them as well, so they work a little bit faster if the dupes have to go in there and repair something. You want 2 ordinary tiles, just regular tiles, not mesh tiles, because this is going to be your hydrogen trap. Then you want a bit of a vaulted ceiling, so you want that there, and that there. I think that allows good flow. You want another Atmos sensor, and you want another pump. Now, I've built it both ways. Up there kind of works better, longer run, and down here gets it primed a bit faster. So I'm going to go with the long term better, but you know, you make your choice there. I mean, there isn't an awful lot of difference in it if you put it there, but it does clean out the inside and get it ready to run a little bit faster, I find. So that is the basic blueprint. We now need to add in conductive wire. So what I normally do is get 2 kilowatts on the first wire. So that means that lot. And that lot. So that will give you, that's 240, 240, 240, 240, 240, 240. And then with the electrolyzers, that will give you 120 watts each, another 2 lots of 240. That's 8 lots of 240, which will give you your 2 kilowatt. So then you want everything else, and that I will generally run on another 2 kilowatt wire. Now you can use heavy watt in here, that's no problem, but if you're going to run it using heavy watt, then bear in mind that if it's on the same grid as your main grid, you will end up having to replace it if you go above 20 kilowatts later, because otherwise the wiring will burn out in here. So just bear that in mind if you're planning to use heavy watt. If you're going to go with heavy watt conductive, of course, that will probably be fine. But I just go with the transformers instead. So we want another row of insulated tiles on this side, and again I normally put in mechanized airlocks there, or I will do. And then what we want is our liquid. So that's how we're going to do this. Double tier liquid locks, and then once this is all cleaned out, then they will be able to access this and work on it to their heart's content without breaking the gases in it. So that's going to be useful. Might struggle to get that in there, but I'll probably just do the Youngblood trick of putting ice temperature shift plates in there to get them done. Right, power wise, we need some, well, we need at least one 2 kilowatt power transformer, and we will make that out of copper, which gives it a 50 over run. And do you know, I normally find a few things I can run on this, so I'm going to stick with that. So next thing we want is some storage and generators. So we'll put a row of mesh tiles, one up, and then we will put some gas reservoirs in. No, that's too far over. Don't make this mistake. I always make this mistake of hanging it over the edge, because then it will not be built and it will not work, and you'll be sitting there going, what the hell's going on with those gas tanks? And we will do that like that. So now we want ventilation. We want a pipe out of here, and we're going to run it up this side, outside of the tiles, because I'm going to put in some overflow systems here. And then that goes up to there. Then we want another layer of mesh tiles, and we're going to put in some hydrogen generators made of gold amalgam. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a smart battery. Go with gold for now. Right, then we're going to use heavy watt conductive, and the reason I'm using heavy watt conductive here is I don't want to change it later. Although I am a little bit low on copper. No, okay, we're going to have to change it later. That's going to come down here and into our desalinators. So that will be, once it's up and running, that will be taking over from these coal generators. Okay. So what do we need next? Automation wire. Probably got just enough copper to get this done. So that on that. And the way I do this is I run 3 off each one, so that we're kind of keeping the pressure equalised on either side. Most people just run 2 off one and 4 off the other, so you know you're balancing the oxygen pipes, but you don't need to balance the oxygen pipes. You need to balance the pressure inside the Rodriguez. So that's the way I do that. Right, then we need to run some gas pipes. Now gas pipes are going to be extensive because they're going to run through here. Our overflow, I'll just show this first. No, that's the wrong way round. Oh. So ventilation gas bridge. Oh, done it again. Hate doing that. Right, so this will be our overflow, and the overflow is going to come out of here, and this is going to be feeding the cooling of this. Now I'm just wondering which. I'm going to cancel that. I've made a different decision. We're going to go up through here just to keep the ventilation tidy, because we're going to have to cross over all these pipes anyway with our oxygen pipes. Now, so we're going to have to come down here and round the side. So the cooling is going to be run off our excess hydrogen. So we're always going to have 3 tanks of hydrogen, and then once they're built up, the excess will run the cooling. Or the additional cooling, shall I say. Oh, this is so complex to get planned out, this one. So, ventilation. We're just going to use regular granite pipe for the first sections. And we will go out here. Out here. And out here. How far out do I need to come? Right, so we've got to come down. I know this is a faff, but trust me, you will not regret this in the long run if you're using these anti-entropy thermonullifiers. They might destroy this to a certain degree, but you know, they will always help with the cooling. So it's so worthwhile taking advantage of. Oops. Right, now I'm thinking maybe what we'll do is we'll run that pipe along there, we'll cancel that gas pipe, we'll run that one along like that, we'll snip that, and then we'll run this one along here and up. Okay. So now we need to run the second lot of pipes. So we're going to come out of here, up here, and we will just go straight across here. Cancel that one. And we want the third pipe, which will come from here to here. Radiant gas pipe made out of copper. And find a radiant gas pipe made out of copper. I want the same number of segments in each, so we equalise the cooling received. And then granite gas pipe down. And I think I'm just going to take it straight out the side here and then insulate it up. And from this point on, we're using insulated gas pipe. So, because obviously we want to keep this cool. No, don't want to make it out sad. Make it out of igneous. There's our entry point. Ooh, we're out of igneous rock. Right. Where is our igneous rock? Blimey, we are a little bit low on igneous, aren't we? Sedimentary granite. Granite. Wow. There it is. It's in the caustic biomes, isn't it? And obviously we've got loads in there, but if we dig into that, it is going to get toasty. So we're going to have to take it out of here. Oh, we haven't checked that out yet, have we? Oh well, right. Right, we better prioritise the mining of some igneous. Grab some iron ore along the way. Right, so we'll prioritise that for now, and we'll deprioritise all of this. So priority 5, I think, for all the construction, because we're going to need more igneous. Now, luckily, I've got the other mod that I installed was the one that allows you to blueprint without materials. So I'm going to just allow that to happen, because they won't build it until they've got to it. The reason I put that mod in is for one reason, and that is every time you build something and then you carry on building it and then you suddenly find you've made it out of materials that you didn't intend to. So yeah, that's why I put that in. I'd rather they not build it because they haven't got the materials than end up with all the wrong materials. And you know, that is particularly frustrating when you are when you're trying to do something with refined metal. for example, later on, and you think, right, okay, I need to build this out of steel because it's going to be hot in here, and you start building it out of steel, and then you go, oh, my power's shut off, what's gone on? And you built it out of lead because that's what it decided to use when you ran out of steel. So yeah, that is highly annoying. Right, that is where we're going to get them going. So let's see how they get on with that little lot. It's more igneous in there, so I'm probably going to abuse that as soon as I'm able to get in there safely, which will be once they've tunnelled all this out. So I'll cut forward while they're doing that. Well, this is taking forever, guys. So far we have the water up and running, so we've got our sterilisation plant here. Water goes up, polluted, and salt water goes through both the water sieves and the desalinators. It heads down to the purification plant here in the chlorine. So you can see it's all germ free. I don't know how many germs are left in there. Oh yeah, there's still quite a lot of food poisoning in there, so yeah, definitely the right decision. So this is yeah, pretty it's going pretty well so far, but it's just taking forever. There was a lot of building, and I've taken on one more dupe. Just show you who I've taken. I've taken on Rowan, and his priorities. Oh, he's got exosuit at last. Right, Ari. Ari's now fully fledged grilling 2. Nisbet is mechatronics. Meep, yeah, he's okay. We're a bit tight on morale at the moment. Food has been getting low. They're surviving pretty much on you know, what they can scrape together from what we've got. Our fish, well, they seem to be turning into flying fish at the moment, although technically that is water there. It just doesn't show as water. So yeah, that's going all right. I'm going to drop this water down to here. You see I've set it up so that the water will drop straight over the top there. So we can do that now, actually. Deconstruct buildings, priority 9. And that will take that up, these Pacu down there as well. So this will probably be our sort of kind of central water storage. I'm letting gravity do the work because, you know, why not? I've been trying to dig this out and drop this down so that this water weed and this critter drop off is unstifled, but it's just not happening at the moment. I'm going to put a storage bin in here for the... Oh, I've messed that right up. I've run that wire through there. I didn't put it back up, so all the chlorine's dropped down to here, or most of it has. So I'll just build a tile there. So I'm going to just do it on emergency priority so we don't lose all that chlorine down the bottom. There's still enough in there for the moment. Yeah, it's still flooded in chlorine, so that's okay. And this is locked. They can't go in and out of there. They can only go in via the lock there. I've tunnelled up here because there was lots of igneous rock and we wanted that. Some meat in there, 3,200 calories. Might just have to dig that out. Obviously one of these Drecos that died. Obviously I'm still not doing anything with the Drecos because I just need them to get this finished off. Oh, there goes our water. That's all dropping down there. Oh, and it has landed on there. I didn't think it would. Anyway, never mind, we'll mop that up. It doesn't seem to be flooding the generators at the moment. Just need these Atmo sensors and automation and power finished off. Although I haven't put any... Have I put power wires to those? No, I haven't. Better get those done. And then I'm just going to prioritise these, just get them finished off, because otherwise we're going to be here an eternity. Come on, come on, come on. Let's get these done, and then at least I can get the pumping out started. Doesn't matter about the rest of it. That can be built while it's emptying out, and those vents, need to prioritise those. I have got the plastic for those vents. I took a couple of I took 1,000 kilos from the printing pod. Yeah, I know you don't like that, but you know, hey, I might not have got it. I wasn't going to turn it down if it was coming. So like I say, this level's going to be difficult enough without going too crazy on the settings. Yeah, they're not that can be mopped up. That'll be fine. Just got to make sure we don't completely flood this lot, although if I seal those doors, technically they can work underwater. Got power wires going in there, but I need to dig this open first. And that's not for now. So our water locks went in, and I did that with the temp shift plates. So we've got 1,600 kilos there, and the same there, but for some reason there's obviously some carbon dioxide there, so it just hadn't flattened out. That'll be fine, that won't go anywhere. Cool beans. I probably should have put, thinking about it, I probably should have made these pneumatic doors, but I can open them while I pump them out. Right, that is finished. So now, if it's above 0, copy settings, copy settings, copy settings. Right, that will now be pumped out into a vacuum. As soon as they've got the rest of this done, then we'll fire it up. Priority 9 on everything in there, so they repair it quickly. You notice I've made this into a power station when they finish building it. And we will put priority 9, that can be, that doesn't need to be priority 11. And we'll just run the ladder out of granite, priority 9, down there, so they can finish all that building. So that's the hydrogen pipe, and that is insulated because it will be coming out warm, going up to the anti-entropy thermonullifiers. So yeah, we're actually getting somewhere there, I think. Oh, one of the other mods I installed was the ability to use refined metal where you would normally use regular metal. So for example, this power wire, the power wires I can now use regular metal on. The insulated gas pipes can now use proper metal rather than just the ores. That will give me the option of upgrading these pipes later if I get the materials to just improve the thermal transfer a little bit. I've never understood why that was never an option in the game. I understand why they don't want you building the power wires out of refined metal, but I don't understand why they don't want you building the ventilation pipes out of refined metal. That doesn't seem to make any sense to me. Let's see if we've got a decent duplicate at last. Liam, you're looking quite inviting. Early bird pacifist, 7 construction, vomiter, and balloon artist. What have we got here? Creative, nailed sleeper, no. Bert's pretty good as well. Good all-rounder, athletics, science, strength, twinkle toes, small bladder's not an issue. Yeah, sticker bomber. Yeah, I'm going to take the balloon artist over the sticker bomber every time. So we'll move you on to that schedule, Liam. That will give you your early bird buff. Go and find yourself a bed, get yourself a table. Priorities wise, I am going to do what I've done with Rowan for you. I'm just going to put you on storing, because that will just have you running around getting all the crap up, and although you can't put it in bins at the moment, I'm going to put some automatic dispensers in. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and I'm not worried about what food it destroys at the moment. No, that's okay. And then we'll put some ladders in between them. Copy the settings off the storage bins, and then we'll just move all of this into one place and ladder it and wall it in with tiles, and then all that negative decor will stay in there. But they can access it by coming down the ladder and just getting what they need. That's going to need to go. Don't need that anymore. Got all this rock pile and polluted dirt. That should be getting swept into here. Yep, that's all that water getting in there. Is that now a vacuum? It is. Fantastic. So we can put the doors back on auto. Not that it really matters. Plumbing wise, we can run the pipes into there. And you see we've got the upflow from the sterilisation plant there. Some of the water from, well, the overflow water will be used to top this up. So we've got a hydro sensor linked to the liquid vent there, but that will only take overflow when this is full. As long as we keep these full, as long as we don't let more out, and I've got a liquid pipe element sensor shutting this liquid shut off should I need to, then we'll keep that completely free of all germs. It will remove slime lung, it will remove food poisoning, it will remove everything. And at the moment in there we've got a bit of slime lung, a bit of food poisoning, yeah, lots of slime lung there, but not a problem, because they go wash their hands, drop their suits off, job done. I think, you know, you could set up a base and do lots of stuff more quickly than I've done, but my main objective here was to build a solid infrastructure. We will have a fantastic infrastructure for oxygen, we'll have a good infrastructure for food, and once that's all up and running and we've got the required number of dupes, then we can start attacking this. And in the meantime, we will have a shed load of ceramic. We're up to 104 tons of ceramic, and we have 313 tons of clay. There is a staggering amount of clay here. Look, all come out of these deodorizers. 1.6 tons, 1.5 tons, 1.7 tons, 3.8 tons, 4.2. The output of these deodorizers has been staggering. And once we get a supply of regolith, there's no reason why that will end. So we are going to have so much ceramic we can use. We'll have no problem building our all our space options or anything else. We'll have no problem building enough ceramic to deal with all this heat down here. So, yeah, that's where we are. So, should we fire this up? We need to get the settings right. I think it's above 250 for these. Well, I'm going to go slightly higher on these. I'm going to go 350. Copy settings to there. And this is going to be above 450. No, actually, make that 300. I've been playing around with different settings on these just to improve the reliability. So, right, so we now have a full water pipe. The power is connected. I've put dots of, you can see, conductive wire there. So all I need to do is just reconnect them like so. And we are off. Producing. Oh, look at that. That has primed first time. That's amazing. Wow, that was impressive. Right, so we'll cut these off. We'll deconstruct the plastic vents, the high pressure vents. I don't want that all going out into here. We'll end up with it over pressurized. We're already at 3 kilos, look. So we'll get those done. This needs to be prioritized here. That, those, that, and the rest can be priority 9. So these will hit max gas pressure. That won't be a problem. Max gas pressure, so they'll just shut down then, and just leave it fully primed, ready for when the pipes are there to get going. So I'll just skip forward while they finish building this, and then when I reconnect it all, I'll... So here we are again, and we are ready to go. So we'll connect the hydrogen pipe, we'll connect the oxygen pipes. Some of those are not going to be sealed yet. Yeah, interesting one here. Just need to throw that switch. Right, what I've done here, you'll see here, those pipes are massive and they're not finished yet. So this is a bypass. So once all these pipes are primed with oxygen, I can, or if anything goes wrong, this fails and it's not producing anything for whatever reason, and all these pipes empty, then I've got a bypass. I can throw the bypass and it will prioritise using this bypass to get the oxygen back where it's needed quickly. Once these pipes are backed up, then you can throw that switch again and the oxygen will fill these pipes. So that's the plan with that. So right now, I don't think I've got the output set yet on the ventilation. No, I haven't. Right, so this now, gonna cut that and that. All that. Oh, we run out. Oh my god, we run out of coal again. I don't believe it. It's just right. I need to sort this power out. So I'll quickly put down a power transformer. Made a gold amalgam. And we'll put you there. We'll run a power wire from there to which circuit is it? It's that one. Just pause this a second because I need to yeah, that'll do. So and then power, no, heavy watt conductive wire. Now you're saying, how are they going to build that? They can't get to it. I'm just going to disable this for a minute. So now they can get out and build all this and get it done. There isn't any particular problems with them going in. It might get a bit chilly in here, but they can actually go out there without the Atmos suits for the moment. There's nothing to prevent them from doing so. Right, copy settings to those. Now our tidiers will get that sorted out. As soon as this is done. Right, we have power back at the Atmos suits again. we can enable that building. Oh, I've missed a bit of pipe here. That's why the hydrogen isn't getting through. So that must be that bit. Make sure I've done that bit as well. Yeah, oh, there we go. That's the bit that's missing. Right. That's priority 9. So they'll make some... No gas intake. Oh, I hadn't finished that. Fantastic. Right. So now we are running on hydrogen power. The only thing we need to do is get that oxygen flowing. So let's just see what we've got here. Got this feeding just the Atmo suits now. So I can do a lot of tidying up with that plumbing. Going to deconstruct those gas pipes full of carbon dioxide, because that should be a vacuum in there. We will run pipe down from there and replace those pipes. And we'll just connect it across. Snip that. So now we have our oxygen storage in there. And obviously long term we're just going to get rid of these. In fact, I can probably get rid of these algae terrariums now actually. Take the next pipe, bring that down. Whoops. I've still got a bit of piping to build up there. Now we'll run that into there, disconnect that. Then we can get rid of all these generators, and or at least one of the generators anyway. And I'm going to deconstruct the algae terrariums. We don't need those anymore. We have enough polluted water to be getting on with. So then I can start feeding my fish. Who I'm probably going to drop down into here. I wish we'd hurry up and sweep that bloody slime up, because you can't deconstruct that neutronium. I could go into debug and just delete that tile and then just put another one in, but it's doing my head in, that is. Flatulent, pacifist, biohazard, sticker bomber, balloon artist, husbandry, machinery, strength. We're okay on food. You're not too bad, Otto. So in you come, mate. And again, your priorities for now will just be tidying. We're going to get all that crap swept up. So we'll put in a base-wide sweep. Priority 8. And start getting all this crap swept up. No, that would be no good because it's only edibles. We want all. Priority 9. And that should be you lot busy for some time. In the meantime, while you're doing that, you'll just be getting lots and lots of athletic points. And strength, of course. Look at the state of that place. Right, come on, get these pipes finished off, please. One of them... Oh, I took on a builder digger, didn't I? Which was Liam. So let's put you in hard digging. Otto, you're going in improved carrying. Rowan, all you're doing is sweeping. 13 excavation skill, wow. Well, that is damn near perfect. Food is on the intake. We've got 6,000 calories of frost burger. We've got fried mushroom. We have meat and we have frost buns. Fantastic. Right, so now we can mop this crap up. And I will add one more tile to that so that it falls straight down. And we'll dig out all of that, I think. We'll put a fire pole down to here. We'll move that ladder to next to it. And these are going to be on priority 5 because they're not urgent. I want them concentrating on building all this ventilation first. That is the priority. And we need to put a couple of tiles in where I went through the ground there. I did spot it at the time, I just forgot to put them in. Oh, we've got some polluted water in there. Oh, that needs to be a fungal spore. So yeah, that's staying at a lovely 26, 28. How is our... Oh, that's starting to warm up a bit now. It's at 20.5. It's coming out at 19, so that's all good. Mop 9. Someone's obviously weed themselves up there. We need to replace that tile. That should push the fish up. They should flap across here. Flap, 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 flap. Drop into here. These are great. These bottle emptiers still work underwater, so it doesn't matter that they're flooded. It doesn't matter that the dupes are going in there because they're in Atmo suits, so they don't get soggy feet or sopping wet or anything. Ooh, but what I do need to do is cancel that. I've been sticking in all that polluted water in here. I'm just going to run that down just for the clay, nothing more. Just clay, that's all I'm interested in, just getting as much clay out of that as possible. Once it's done, I'll just deconstruct them all and we can use that space for something else. Oxygen pressure wise, fantastic. Carbon dioxide there, that's leaking into there, keeping our mushrooms going, and any excess is just cleared off by the automated carbon skimmers. So there you go, guys. I'm not going to sit here and make you wait for all this piping to be done. I'll make sure that is done for the start of the next episode. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. Hope you've enjoyed my commentary. Please give us a like if you like it, and any feedback you want to give me. Thanks again. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.